Right, Shalom. First, I'd like to give all praises unto Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and double honors unto the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and honors to you brothers out there on the highways and the byways teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. All right, and also I'd like to say shalom to you brothers out there that's listening and learning, and to the sisters as well. And I just want to read this headline real quick, okay? Britain's divided decade. The rich are 64% richer than before the recession, while the poor are 57% poorer. Levels of debt and reliance on overdrafts increasing among the poor. Okay, so we see there's an old term, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Now, over the years, you've had various different political parties with different so-called economic strategies and economic philosophies come into power. Yet, over the course of the years, the same result always occurs, give or take. That in the end, the poor get poorer and the rich get richer. Now, the reason is you got to understand what an economy is. All right. So let's get the word economy. The word economy or economics, 1580s, art of managing a household. You have to understand, you got to look at a country like a household. Now, that country has owners and leaders, which are mainly your landowners, which is your elites. All right, your super elite. All right, they own that country. Okay, America has owners. Britain has owners. These are men that you hardly hear of, but they exist. Okay, and they look at the country as belonging to them. Now they want that country to run to their benefit and nobody else's. They have a plan. They have a vision for that house. Okay, and that's why you go into Noam Chomsky's book, Manufactured Consent. He goes into that. How you have a society, you have owners, and then you have the specialized class. The specialized class represent those men which are raised up in certain schools of thought, which offer their services to these owners of society to bring forth the plans of them, i.e. the New World Order. All these different politicians and these different people and captains of industry, they're doing nothing more than serving the elite to bring forth their plan, which is the New World Order. The New World Order is not a plan of the people, because the average person is not that deep. So the same thing applies, like I said, with economics. It's the art of managing a household, and then you jump down, it says meaning the science of wealth. Now, these elites, they come up with all these they have people come up with different economic strategies. Okay, and they have many tools within the economy to affect change. And what you gotta understand is what you see being produced is exactly what they want it to be produced. All right, that's where you go into the word design. All right, design, a plan or drawing produced to show the look and function or workings of a building, garment, or other object before it is made. All right, a design. Decide upon the look and functioning of a building, garment, or other object, or even a system, by making a detailed drawing of it. So you might see them come up with these different economic plans, and they'll tell you this is what the plan is supposed to do. That's what they tell you. Ultimately, they know exactly what the that economic plan is going to achieve, because it has a design. It also has a function. The word function, activity that is natural to the purpose of a personal thing. So that economic plan or strategy or system they've devised has a function which is going to come from that, which is going to express itself in an outcome, the way a thing turns out, or a consequence, or a product. All right. So when you see them come up with these different economic strategies, and then why marvel when there's a recession and the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, and they'll come out like this was an accident, there was a mistake being made somewhere. There was no mistake. This is all done by design. The Esau system is carefully, meticulously designed. In fact, let me get a scripture. All right. forgot to post that on that video. Let me not get rid of this tab. I need to post that. Let me get a scripture real quick. Alright. That's why a lot of our people, they're bugged out. They don't understand the economy. That's why they don't understand why they're in the condition they're in. They don't understand it. They don't understand that it's by design, because Esau makes things complicated. He comes on the TV, he talks a bunch of jargon, and he makes things complicated when you can simplify it all. Okay? You can simplify it all. Let's get the book of Psalms. Psalm 64 and 6, okay? Well, let's start from 5. It says, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. The way these economies are designed are evil. Every single last one of them. No matter what form of the economy or system they have taken, whether it's communism or socialism or fascism or capitalism, all these different economic systems and the varying diversities of them were all set up by the power elites. Okay, they are not allowed. They're the elites who control these different nations are not going to allow an economic system, okay, which is the science of wealth, the control of wealth, to be instituted unless it benefits them, because they're the ones that own the country. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. This economy we live in is a giant snare, from the taxes to the licenses, the fees, the currency itself. All right, every aspect of this economy we live in Britain, in America, in France, and wherever you are, because all nations have adopted Esau's form of economics, is a snare unto you. And that's why it is very difficult for you to escape your socio-economic status. That's why you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are still, as a people, in the same socio-economic group you've always been in since slavery. And this is a fact. And the reason why, despite your talent, despite your productivity, despite your ingenuity, despite everything, you cannot escape the socio-economic group, which I'll show you an image of your socio-economic group, which the majority of you Israelites are in, is these bottom 3 groups right here. Some of you make it into the working class. Most of you are the working poor and the underclass. And the reason for that, the reason why as a people you cannot reach it into making up a significant amount of the lower middle class and the upper middle class and even the upper class, is because you are in an economic system which is carefully designed to keep you where you are, to use you as part of the function to produce the so-called white man's new world order and to keep him wealthy and in power. And by so-called white man, I mean the super elites who represent above this upper class. All right, this is what you have to understand. All right, you speeding tickets and all these things, these are, and the price they set them up is all carefully designed to control the people, the function, the product, the socio-economic status that you live in. It's not an accident. This is not an accident that the poor got 50% poorer and the rich got 64% richer. This is all design. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? Because the average person does not understand economics. They do not understand the root of the reason why their parents were in a certain status and they're growing up in that same status, and no matter what they do, that's it for them. Their parents might have even made it up into a higher status for a little while, and then what happened? Something happened to bring them back down. Okay? They don't understand this is by design. Alright? Esau is designed it They had the point where they had a middle class. Now, by design, the middle class, even among their own people, is being destroyed. It's by design. It's not an accident. Who shall see them? They search out iniquities, research. They have schools of economics set up where people do nothing but research these different intricate things you can do within the economy to affect change or to control. All right? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. They go deep into economics, man. And that's the reason why you are always going to be in that dead-end job. And that dead-end job is always going to pay you crappy money. All right? It's the reason why you'll never be a landowner. The majority, you'll never be a house owner, so to speak. It's designed that way. All right? Now, what I want to do is get the scriptures here. Proverbs 22 and 22. Rob not the poor because he is poor. See, the system that this man set up through wages, like I said, through wages, through taxation, all these different things, okay, and then he sets it up where the super rich are exempt from a lot of the things, so it allows for the redistribution of wealth. They use government contracts to keep the wealth between themselves. I mean, if I could sit here literally for days and speak about the different things that they use, the different tools they use to redistribute wealth to themselves right in front of your face. Okay, they'll build huge stadiums with government money and they'll make sure that their people get the contracts. Okay, you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, whenever one of your people manages to break out of the bottom socioeconomic classes and they go up maybe into the upper middle class, upper class, like your celebrities, which represent maybe 1% of you, that's your 1%. Jay-Z, their 1% is the Rothschilds. All right, what happens is he then has to basically spend his money within the economy and the industries. Who owns those industries? So-called white people. So that money then goes right back to the elites. None of the money is going to go to you. The system is specifically designed to draw money from the bottom up to the top. That's how it's set up, man. Okay, there's nothing you can do about it, man, until this man be destroyed. He's an oppressor. It's an oppressive system. Rob not the poor because he is poor, neither oppress the afflicted in the gate. Okay, and that's what this whole system of economics is, a system of oppression. Every single last form of it. For the Lord Yahweh will plead their cause and spoil the soul of those that spoil them. Because ultimately, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is going to take down these wicked elites and their economy and their whole house. Okay? Hosea 12 and 7. He is a merchant. The balances of deceit are in his hands. Okay? They know, like the LIBOR scandal, they know how to manipulate, whether it's legal, so-called legal, or illegally in the darkness, to rob and oppress the people. He loveth to oppress. All right, that's the ways of a wicked man, and Esau represents that in this day and age. He represents that. There have always been oppressors, but Esau has turned it into a fine art. He's turned oppression into a fine art. And the average person doesn't even understand that they're being oppressed. When you got to pay for your driver's license, when you got to pay for your passport, when you got to get a license to sell alcohol, you do not even understand that you are being oppressed. They make it very, very difficult for you to leave the economic status that you're in, the usury on these loans. This is James 2 and 6. But ye have despised. In fact, let's get straight from the point. But ye have despised the poor. Do not rich men oppress you and draw you before the judgment seat? All right, we're being oppressed by rich men in this society, man, in this kingdom. And the average person is too simple to understand the oppression. They think it's normal. They look at the economy and the way things are running as normal. And then when everyone around them is losing their jobs, they think something went wrong. Nothing went wrong. That's exactly what the whole point of the economy was. All right. James 5:1. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted and your garments are moth-eaten, because you Edomites, you top elite Edomites, the riches which you've encompassed is through wicked oppression, deceit, murder, defraudment, and the list goes on. So those riches are really become a curse unto you. That's why the scripture says the wicked is snared in the workings of his own hands. Your own wickedness is a snare unto you spiritually, because the Lord is going to judge you for that. All right. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth, which is the armies. Okay, our people have been suffering in this lowest socio-economic state for years, man, hundreds of years, constantly crying and lamentating because of our condition. Thank you. Constantly crying and lamentating because of our condition, and those cries. Okay. Right, those cries are gonna be are being heard of the Father, man, and He wants to put an end to this wicked oppression. Cause this man's system is grinds away at the soul of the poor, man, causing nothing but stress, and evil. All right. That's why you Jakes, man, you're crazy. You look at these celebrities on TV, and you actually think that look, man, we ain't gone nowhere. It's statistical facts. Google it. You are still in the lowest socio-economic group, man. Whether you be in Britain, whether you be in France, America, it's all about Brazil. Oh, you tribes over there in the Americas, you make up the lower classes, and then the children of the conquistadors make up the upper classes, man. It's all by design, and it's kept that way. All right, but the Lord's going come and man, ye have lived in pleasure on the earth, and being wanton, ye have nourished your hearts as in the day of slaughter. Ye have condemned and killed the just, and he doth not resist you. Be patient, therefore, brethren. All right, because we're being oppressed, man. We are part of this system, and we can see how oppressive and wicked the system is. Nonetheless, we have to live under this system. We have to suffer this system. It says, be patient, therefore, because the Lord is going to restore us. The Lord is going to take the so-called white man out of authority, and the Lord is going to institute proper economics onto us, man. We're going to get our land back. We're going to get resources, man. We're going to be restored, man. We're no longer going to be oppressed on this earth, man. Be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandman waiteth for the precious fruit of the earth, and hath long patience for it, until he receive the earth and the latter rain. Be ye also patient, establish your hearts, for the coming of the Lord draweth nigh. And that's the point. See all this wickedness that's happening. Look, man, the Lord is going to bring all this to an end, man. The Lord is going to bring all of this to an end, man. All right, I could tell you stories about guys I know that set up businesses, man, and they had to stop with the business and go back to cleaning toilets, because why? The license. By the time Esau taxed them and the licenses and all that, there was nothing left. But then these Edomites that are up, once you got the connections, you can get the perks, and you can kind of come around the other end, and you can benefit. This system's rigged, man. The loopholes and all those things belong to Esau, and he gives them to who he wants. Like Donald Trump, he was taking advantage of loopholes because the elites allowed him to get up. Anyway, I just wanted to discuss that, man. Get you thinking, man. A lot of these videos to get you to think, man. You to think. Go look it up for yourself. Really analyze and ponder. We can't spoon feed you everything. You got to go and look into this thing for yourself. And you look into it, you will find out that the whole economy is designed to oppress you. And you might get short-term gains, and what you'll find is those short-term gains was to help build one of Esau's infrastructures. And then once that's built, you're going to go right back down. They call it boom and recession. So bullshit. They say it's not a cycle. They control when a boom occurs, and they control when a recession occurs. It's all by design. And when they do the next major crash, guess what? That's going to be by design too. What's the whole point of the next crash? The next crash is all about impoverishing everyone and getting you to take that mark of the beast for a piece of ration. So if that, I'm going to say shalom.